Is
funny.
it? That
Yeah.
is hilarious. I'm laying on my bed, but yeah, Joyce, it's unfortunately because I really felt good when I went back to the girls and we did that whole cancer charity. It was really nice. It was nice to connect again. Terry is as funny as she ever was. She's hilarious. That girl, I always used to tell her she missed her calling. She's funny.
Should have been a comedian, huh?
She should have been a comedian, but I think if she always said if I got on stage and I had stuff written for me, I couldn't have done it. She's just naturally funny.
Okay.
And then Cindy is her quirky little self. She's got her little way. She picks at food because she doesn't want to gain weight. You know what I mean? It's like Cindy's over there by the chips, and she'll take one chip, and she's good with that one. She will not go back. Like they say, you can't eat just one. That Cindy can do it.
That's too.
She
funny.
can do it. She's funny as heck. And so I missed that. I missed our camaraderie. And I look at our pictures from that 7 months ago, and I'm like, wow, you know, what could have happened? It could have been amazing. But then again, I know right now my direction is supposed to be where I'm at on my own. I can't explain it. It's just a thing. You know, it's something that sometimes it's like being at home with your parents and they don't want you to leave, but you got to go to college. Or you got to go and do your own thing. You got to find your own way.
Yeah.
So as much as it hurts the fans, it hurts me too. But I mean, I'm not going to sit there and tolerate being treated like I'm not important and what I have to say isn't listened to and I'm not respected.
Or should you? Because when you respect yourself,
yeah,
all types of doors open.
They do.
And you know what? I'm the one who's like, I never say never, because, you know, one of the first things we talked about when we first met was like the possibilities. If you guys joining forces, and I immediately understood the reasons for not wanting to do that. But you know what God and the universe have planned down the road. But right now,
down the road, sure. I'm really open. I mean, I used to say no, don't talk to me about the blah blah blah. It was always negative, and I think that's a big step for me, Joyce.
listen, I'm telling the world that's a big step, because she was like,
it's huge.
I cannot repeat, but she was steadfast. And, you know, I'm just like, well, you know, Donna's life as we grow.
No, Joyce, no.
Yeah, it's like,
but I'm proud of myself. I can see the growth. I wasn't having it, Joyce. I wasn't, because there was so much pain.
Yeah, and listen, and you got to get it out. Yeah,
exactly. So it's like you guys sat there and you allowed Terry to do a solo album first. And then when I did exactly the same thing and I came with my solo album, you guys were, no, you can't, and you got to go. Now you kicked me out of the group because I did a solo album. That's a double standard. If I ever saw one.
But take it as a compliment. Listen.
It only makes the group better when someone goes out, because it's like being at home with your parents. You got to go out into the world and learn and come back.
Even the labels don't want you to leave permanently. They're like, listen, you do this solo. Like, even in my case, it was like, I'm going to do with you what I did with New Edition. I got Bobby doing soloing with the group. I got Ralph Tresvant. I got Johnny Gill. I want to pull you over here to do like a pop record and then bring you back with the group.
That's smart. It was really smart. Yeah, they knew what they were doing. Exactly.
But
yeah, it does. It brings back, like when Stefani said it in an interview one time in Rolling Stone magazine, I think. So if I can do those magazines, I bring back the attention that's focused on me, makes more money for all of us.
Right. Ride the train. You know? If you can't drive the train and you got a seat, ride the train.
Exactly.
What you can get before you blow it up. It's like, it's a psychology. It drives me nuts.
It's crabs in a bucket, even for the white people. Even for her and her group, it was like, but they were smart, and they said, you know what, this is our girl. She's right. Every time there's a girl in a group, she's going to have the focus, and instead of us being jealous of her, let's just get this money, get this paper. And they did it. And unfortunately, my groups, both groups, Lucy Pearl included, did not do the same. So I think it's a tragedy, because we're the ones, you know, we don't, as Black people, it's hard enough for us to open businesses and just on a normal basis, just everyday people. Black people starting businesses or buying homes is a very rare thing. It's better now than it used to be. And then when we get them, we don't keep them. It's hard for us to pay, and we end up losing our jobs, or something happens where it messes us up and we end up losing what we're trying to build.
Well, like on a hamster wheel.
Exactly. Yep. So they didn't hear me then. En Vogue, really, and when I say everybody made millions, we sold 28 million records by the time I left the group. It was always about all of us deserve what our, like I said, all those people.
You deserve what you earned.
That's right.
Listen, man.
That's right. So thank you for letting me vent. It's going to be long-winded. I told you, if we talk about En Vogue, it's always long, but I just want people to understand.
I will say this, and we'll come back at some point, in the next couple of weeks with a catch-up, but
sure, I'd be glad to.
And hearing your voice, like when we were hanging out in Oakland, it was you and Maxine.
Yeah, Funky Divas.
Magic. Listen, for anybody who's wondering about your voice.
Yay, Joyce. Oh, thank you so much.
It's like even the warm-up
that you guys
did. I was like, this should be on TV. The way you
our voice lessons,
opera. I was like, this is so dope.
Let me just give a little background on that too. Maxine and I were working on Funky Divas together, and we paid for the rights to the name, and we were all excited because we thought, the fans loved. The fans would call us Funky Divas all the time. But Cindy and Terry they fought us for the name. Listen, even though they have En Vogue already, they fought us for the name.
Do they need?
How many names do they need? And, they were talking, well, we need it for merchandise and we need it for all this stuff. I'm like, why would you guys take a secondary name when En Vogue is the main name you need to use for your merchandising, for your tours? For your albums, it makes no sense for you to use Funky Divas. They were pissed because we were using it. Well, we couldn't even afford an attorney to fight them for it. So that's why the court appointed it to them, because we couldn't fight. We didn't have any money to say yes or no. Couldn't even. I didn't want to either, because I felt like you guys are being greedy at this point. You're being greedy. You're being mean-spirited. Why? Why should Maxine and I be the thing that makes you guys a little bit like, ooh, this competition? Competition exists everywhere. And, may the best duo win is what I felt like. So that's kind of like a Papa Kala moment, but I still felt like, wow, you guys are that's mean. Because we paid, $212? I think we split it 2 ways to pay for the name, Funky Divas, and we were so happy. We thought, oh my God, we got this. We're going to do some work. We have not been able to work because they never allowed us to use the name En Vogue. So it's been hard. I can count on both hands, and only the 10 fingers that I have are the shows that I've done over the years since I left En Vogue. It hasn't been much.
Well, that's getting ready to change.
It's getting ready to change.
Listen. If COVID hadn't kicked in, we'd be in the UK right now.
We would be overseas, Mama. Yes, you're right.
You from singing the song. What they gonna do? Say you can't?
Oh, they can't stop that. No, I will always be able to sing. Don't let go. Hold on. Free your mind. Giving them something, and never gonna get it. Okay.
Is there some new law where you can't even sing the song?
No, I will always do those. I used to have to send them cease and desist all the time because they would use my image to do shows, and they thought, oh, we're over here in Sweden. Dawn's not gonna find out. Yes, I will, because the fans were like, Dawn, are you in Sweden? We saw you on a poster, and the girls are here. I'm like, no, come on.
Live and let live. They
exactly.
Hopefully can just be confident in themselves.
That's right.
And you will be great, and Maxine will be great, and
yes, she will.
And you know what else? People need to hear your voice.
Yeah, exactly, Joyce.
Do some music together.
We should.
Plus, I got to get you dancing. I got to do another dancing video where I can.
You do dancing by myself. I love that song. It's so pop and so cute.
Dancing alone.
Oh my gosh, dancing alone. Yeah. I love it so much. It's kind of like Max and I were saying. You haven't missed a beat. You know what I mean? You still sound just as young as you did then. You still have a great sound and great energy even in the video, and it's cute. It's like, you know what? Ain't nobody else here because it's COVID, but I got this. Good. That's it.
listen alone. I'm good on my own. It's just me, myself, and
I
I.
can finally pin you down, like, okay, just grab your phone and can we just get on for a minute? Because people keep asking about you and people want to see you. So now
Oh, I'm
they
so
can see you
appreciative.
a
Wow,
little
Joyce.
bit. And you guys are going to see her again with me because I'm not letting go. I'm not letting go.
Oh, I know.
Not
No,
letting
you got me for life, Joyce. That's all I'm saying. You got me for life. You know, once we exchanged, because we were talking for a while on Instagram and Facebook, right? Maybe.
It started on Instagram because somebody made some comment to you, and I was like, you don't have to defend yourself to them for, you know, it was something about the En Vogue thing and why are
Yes,
you?
that's
I'm
right.
like,
That's
they
right.
didn't put the 30
Absolutely.
years, they didn't put all that time in that you
Yeah.
put, you know, on
Exactly.
that mind. So
Right.
you
Right.
got it right to
Yeah, that's right. You came to my defense and you said, and then from there we exchanged numbers. And then when Maxine and I started working, and we really got, you know, acquainted with each other. So I'm glad you're in my life. I'm so happy. Really, I really am. I love you. I think you're a beautiful spirit. You're a fighter, just like I am. So we have that in common. You know. Yeah. Yes.
We got
Exactly.
you.
I don't want to
But
move.
hopefully, you know,
the camera.
it can be less of that and more just fighting in spirit and
Yes.
lifting each other up instead of tearing each other down.
Yeah. Well, we're still touring next year. You know that. So and you're right, absolutely. I heard you on that too. I got you. Yes.
All right. So listen,
You go to sleep. What time is it there?
it's about, I don't know,
2?
just about, yeah.
Yeah. So love you. We will talk soon.
Love you too. Yes, we will.
Yes.
She'll be back. She'll be back.
Yes. Exactly.
Ooh.